Hi, beautiful people. The last time we met, unfortunately, I couldn't introduce myself because I was probably in a haste or something. But once again, my name is Andy Cole. You can find me on all social media platforms, Andy Cole. So let me go straight forward to this very video I saw on Zion Felix page today, and it was about um, Dr. Bawumia's meeting with the stars, I think, yeah. Dr. Baumia's meeting with the stars. I personally didn't watch the whole program, but then I watched a part where he gave them the opportunity to ask questions, yeah. And then let's go straight forward to this very point where Shatta Wale took the mic and he asked a very touching question. I'm personally not a too deep Shatta fan, but then is it this very question Shatta Wale asked made me feel like no, this man is like different from all the people that are in the industry. Yeah. Anyway, if you haven't watched the video, I'll put a part of the video here, and then you go to Zion Felix page, and then you watch the rest of the video. So if you haven't watched the video, let's watch this very part of the video. Credit I give to Zion Felix for this post.
Guys, good evening. Good evening to everybody. I'm so glad to be here, but initially I didn't want to come here though, but I have this big problem that I feel we can work it out together. You know, I've been watching your campaigns, you know, and you talking about creating jobs, and I can see your slogan that says to lead is to solve, you know, and I'm actually here to just tell you about this whole great people that we have here. Maybe we might be in this room like this, but the people that made us who we are not in this room. And those are the fans. Your Excellency, I have been on the streets as a ghetto boy. And from the ghetto, now at least I have all this more for pocket. So. But most of the times when I'm on the streets, I see these boys at the traffic lights, you know, some of them, you go to the zoo, you know, all of them. And I sometimes wonder if a government wants to come into power, like if you want to be my president, I want to understand how well you communicate to these people on the streets, because these are the fans that, you know, support all of us here. But sometimes when I watch them, I feel like, what is government putting in place for people like this? Because, you know, when they hear, we have the mining sector, you know, creating jobs we have the agricultural sector, these boys on the streets even find it difficult to be in that kind of uniform, to even go and apply for a job. These are boys that don't have any hope. So sometimes we the celebrities suffer. I know some people bear with me, Kwame Eugene here, you know, Van Vika here, you know, you go out and you hear them, boss, chairman, something small. And that is why sometimes people like us want to share what we have with them. So I want to know what you have for our fans out there. And that's the street. And Your Excellency, I'll please plead with you that, you see, when you want to, you know, respond to what I'm saying, for today, and there's people out there on the streets, just say it in pidgin small.
So if you have gone to watch the video, yes, you heard exactly what he asked, and it was like an amazing question. It is a question that I was actually overwhelmed, astonished as well. I didn't expect that from Shatta Wale, though I know he's a very good, generous, and then a kind-hearted person. But then I still didn't expect that question from him, since everybody was almost asking a different thing, or, you know, saying all sort of things that actually didn't touch my heart that much. Yeah. But then, aside this very question Shatta asked, I personally feel like these political leaders, yeah, they know exactly what the problems are. They know that the country is like having challenges. They know that the people in the country are facing so many difficulties. They know the people in the country are very poor. But do you know something? They don't care. They do not care. They don't care. Why am I saying this? Now, do you know something? When there is a political campaign, yeah, and they are supposed to go and raise a platform for whoever is going to campaign, being it the MP, being it the president or the vice himself, or whosoever is going to campaign. Their own biological children, even they have long-term relatives, like relatives, family members from their extended family. You don't see them putting up these structures. It is you, the poor one. It is you, that person who has got nothing to do with your life, who has time and energy to go and build or raise a platform for them to come and stand on it to campaign. Do you know why? Because if you had a very good thing, if you had a very important something, if you had something meaningful, something valuable, something very resourceful, something that was going to like give you money to do with your own life, trust me, you wouldn't go to raise a platform for an MP or the president to come and campaign on it. If you have something very good to do with your life, if you were busy with work, if you had a small business you had to manage, if you had a small company you had to go and operate, if you have somewhere you have to go and teach as a teacher, if you have, if you have something, if you had something meaningful to do with your own life, trust me, you wouldn't go around pasting pictures of these people who want power, whilst their own biological children are in their various homes doing nothing but rather and having fun and enjoying what their parents are working for. Are you also going to paste posters? Are you also going to be running behind cars chasing politicians just because they're going to throw a t-shirt at you, just because they just gonna wave at you, just because you probably haven't seen them before? Brothers and sisters, especially those in Ghana, wise up. You see, the reason I am actually advocating for Nana Kwame Bediako is that this guy, according to his manifesto, and if I am personally going to vote, I am going to consider what your friend is saying, everyone's manifesto, and then vote based on that. Though Nanado disappointed us, he read something different to us, and then when he came to power, he couldn't fulfill them. But then, if I am still supposed to vote, and that is why the politicians are also reading the manifestos to us, that is why they prepared the manifesto. They are telling us what they would want to do when they come to power. And if I'm supposed to go according to what they told us in order to come to power, or what they told us that when they come to power they're going to do, trust me, I am going to value, or I am going to respect that of Nana Kwame Bediako's own, like 9 out of 10, and give the NPP and the NDC like 2 out of 10. Do you know why? Because Nana Kwame Bediako is suggesting solutions to our current problems. Nana Kwame Bediako is opening our eyes. It's making us understand that no, when you go to somewhere else in the world, okay, there is a train line, there is a train connection, there is a very safer or another safer means of transportation other than just buses and cars. He's opening our eyes. He's making us understand that no, we've been doing farming in a small scale for a very long time. Trust me, I don't know if you live in Germany or if you're watching me from Germany. When you go to these various supermarkets, watch your friends, especially their foodstuffs, yeah. These fruits and vegetables and things like that. Go there and then look at the descriptions. You will see that most of them, I'm speaking from Lidl, yeah. Most of the things they are selling there are from South Africa. Why? Because South Africa is doing a large scale farming where they can produce, they can analyze, they can inspect, and then export these things they are producing into other countries for money. And we are here in Ghana, and we are still weeding with cutlasses. We are still farming with cutlasses and hoes and whatsoever you. Now Kwame Bediako is just trying to tell us that no, this is not how we're supposed to go. We can better produce agricultural staffs or invest in agriculture. In what sense? In a sense that we can produce a friend is saying food stuffs in a very large quantity. Say we ourselves who are fortunate to have the land are going to get food in abundance and then export some for things that we don't have. And you'll be following Bawumia, you'll be following John Mahama, you'll be following Nanado, and so on. Do you know why they don't want you to prosper? It's because you, if you get a better job to do, okay, if your life becomes better, these people will not get anyone to be coming to mean kind of saying their fees and be begging for money, to be standing by the roadside and be waving at them, to be standing by the roadside and be looking at them. They are also human beings just as we are. They have one heart. We all have one heart. They will all die. We all will also die. Brother, sister, if you have a sibling somewhere in Ghana, advise them. This is the only time we've gotten something different. This is the only time we have another option other than NDC or NPP. Now let me go back to Shatta Wale's whole thing. Yeah, so the whole thing is what Shatta Wale was saying is actually a very good thing that I believe the politicians could do. But you know something, they are not doing it. Why? They aren't doing it because if they do it and you who live in a Mampe here, who live in better chalk, who live in a very remote area, when you become successful, you will not go and then stand there when they want to even come and campaign to you. Because in the Western world where everyone is able to access their basic needs, they don't even I don't even care who is ruling me, because at the end, I have nothing against the president. The only time I'm probably going to think a lot about it is when I feel like, no, things are becoming expensive than they are supposed to be. But what are we doing as a country? We are selling our only lives. Some of us, we weren't fortunate. We couldn't come from a very, a successful family, or we have a very difficult background. And we now have the opportunity to change everything so that our generations will not be bowing before other people's generations. But you are there, you are suffering under John Mahama, you are suffering under Bawumia, and you want your own children to grow up and also come and suffer under the children of these people. Have you thought about all these things? I doubt. Because if you have really thought about it, I don't think you would go, and whilst others are working for money, you will go and be campaigning. Whilst others are working for money, you will go and be following a certain political party just because they are doing rallies or whatsoever. It's because you don't have anything good to do with your own life. I bet you if you have businesses to manage, if you have organizations to run, if you had something very fruitful to do, trust me, you wouldn't go there. Let us change our mindset. And you see certain people, they are firmly affiliated to a certain political party or a certain religion, that even when you are telling them the good things in other things, or when you are telling them better options, better opportunities, they are so dumb they don't want to listen because they are from this political party. Let me make this very example. I have a sibling, yeah, and then This sibling I had, okay, is actually like an MPP fan. I don't know, me and Katsoye fan and as a, but he's totally affiliated to the NPP. This my sibling completed tertiary, I think 3 years ago, yeah, and he did not have the opportunity to get a job because he had to pay a huge amount of money to people for them to, your friend is saying, for them to place them where they are supposed to go and work. He did education in the university, so obviously he's supposed to go and be a teacher in a secondary school. But do you know what's happening? He did not get job for the past 3 years after his university graduation. And now that the NPP wants to come back to power, they are telling us that they've opened the employment portals for people to get jobs. But even that one, my brother or my sibling has to go and pay 250 million old Ghana cedis, 25,000 Ghana cedis for somebody to place him at where he's supposed to go and work. Is this the type of country we want? Where anything you want to do, you have to go and pay bribe. Yes, we have free education from Nanado. Okay? You go to the free education, and after the free education, you don't have jobs. So what is the essence of the free education when you go to the school and after the school you not get job, or you don't even have like a conducive environment, you don't have a conducive society or economy where you can even do something for yourself? Because when I was a child, yeah, when people were coming from Europe and stuff, they will bring their own cars and then use them and sell them maybe when they are going, or maybe give them to their relatives to use as taxi or other businesses as well. But what do you see now? If you want to travel to Ghana, you can't even buy a car. Because aside the expensive money you are supposed to pay before your car will be released to you, the stress alone you will go through before you get your own car that you've bought, that the shipping wouldn't even cost you like 3,000 euros to ship to Ghana. Let's say I bought a car like 20,000 euros. Okay, it would take me like maximum 3,000 euros to ship to Ghana. Okay, but then if the money is in Ghana, if the car gets to Ghana, the government whose port I am just using to receive my goods want to take me equal amount of the money I used in buying the car, which is 20,000 euros, or maybe more, or a little less. So obviously, the whole economy isn't good enough for other people to even thrive. The economy is not good enough for people to invest. And that is why I will always sit in this my chair and then advise you who is watching me, or plead with you who is watching me, to go and vote for Nana Kwame Bediako and not those people we've seen before. Not somebody who will tell you that if you vote, if I do what you want now, what will I do when I come to power? And the most annoying thing is you will see people standing there and they'll be clapping. I don't know what they're clapping to. Now, if somebody says something stupid, you can clap. Brothers and sisters, let us open our eyes. We have a very short life. If you think your life is long enough so you can play with some of your age, that you can play, or you would want to mess up a little before you come back to your senses, trust me, you are just wasting your life. When I was in high school, I used to pay feeding fee. I remember way back 2015, 16 thereabout. Even when I was paying for the feeding fee, the kind of food I was given wasn't at its best. Let alone somebody telling you I'm giving you a free education and a free food. It's so bitter and so unfortunate that these children in the various high schools can't come up and then voice out their grievances or tell us what they're going through in these schools. Yen kura na yechia school fees. feeding fee. We were paying house dues and whatsoever. Do you know how? Do you know your friend is saying bed bugs, and how they were sucking our blood? Left alone free education. I don't have no problem with free education if the people, yes, are going to be well educated and come out and get jobs, or even if they don't get jobs, they can do something with their own lives. And not when you get a free education where after the school you come and you can't do anything with your life, neither are you going to be employed. What is the essence or what is the sense in this free education if at the end the people have to come back home and be relying on the parent who probably should be taken care of? You see, some of us we have some sense of bitterness in our heart. Not a negative bitterness, but I mean we are so grieved, we are so sad, we are so broken-hearted that we live in a country where certain people can use monies that could be used to create better roads, monies that could be used or that could be invested into agriculture, monies that could be invested into industrialization, and they will use this money to go and dark abena with adenya yepese esi asori da manyankopon. You want to build a church for Christ, and I do say it's because they are comfortable. As I said, if they let you, okay, if they make you okay, they won't get the people to follow them. They won't get the people who will be hailing them. So you have to be poor so that when they come, you come and hail them. Other than that, they wouldn't wait for an election year to come and give you 500 cedis to vote for them, or to come and give you 1,000 cedis to vote for them, or to come and give you 500 cedis for you to go and be a pooling agent for them. Because if you had something better doing with your life that was going to worth you more than 1,000 Ghana cedis, trust me, you wouldn't go to sit at a police station to be a police station agent. Why? Because you want you were going to get some money like 1,000 Ghana cedis or 500 Ghana cedis. I don't know who is listening to this very message, but all what I am trying to say is, let us bring somebody who has vision, somebody who, after traveling to, a friend is saying, Obroni man, he did not come back empty-headed, but he rather came back with wisdom. He came back and invested what he learned in the country in which he's from. Who is Nana Kwame Bediako? The people we are all calling scammer, or the person we are all calling a scammer, came from a friend is saying Abruchiri, and look at the kind of huge investment he is doing in our country. And the people we are paying our taxes to are rather taking the money out of the country to go and invest in other countries, because they even fear that something bad might happen to them because of how they are ruling us. Trust me, at the end, and say you better sorry. Now you cannot train more. If you want to travel from Accra to Kumasi, you sit in a train, and within 2 hours 30 minutes you are there. You sit in a train, and within 3 hours maximum you are there. At the end, say we have like 4 lanes from Accra to Kumasi, 4 lanes from Accra to Kumasi, but you would hardly see a trailer on it, or you would hardly see a truck on it, because the trucks and the trailers are also probably plying on the sea, like they've been loaded onto boats or ships and are being transported. Just imagine how happy you would be seeing a friend is saying skyscrapers in Ghana, seeing beautiful mansions in Ghana. These are places you could also go and stand and take pictures and post, and not go to Dubai, Switzerland, the USA, or the Europe to just go and then take pictures because those people had sense and they developed their countries. Yes, we always hail Dr. Kwame Nkrumah because he was a very good leader, because he did a lot for the country. What are we also doing for the country? You are not supposed to go and fight. You are not supposed to go and do anything for the country. The only thing you have to do is to listen to wisdom and vote for the right person, to come and help us. Is this something difficult? I always end my message by saying that if you like, vote for even if you like, go and vote for Nanado for him to come again. If you like, vote for Bawumia. If you like, vote for John Mahama. At the end, we all will suffer. Maybe I may be fortunate. I may have 1 or 2 stars I am relying on because I have a job. I'm earning, so I may eat. But you, who is in the house, there be a futuro. Obikura ti Ghana wetimi esidan, but mfutu kwan da ne kwan animu nti, ontimi ntoketins quite kran saying them. Because then what the infuturo that is going to do to your own property, no, we are living in a country where you go and then take building permit, and somebody will come say, no, me a land guard, ain't, you know, if you don't give me this money, I won't let you build. I don't see why. We see the problems we are facing, but we don't want to solve it. We want to accept these problems to be normalities with us. We want to accept these problems to be part of us, which shouldn't be like that. Sometimes it's sad to be a Ghanaian. It's sad to be a Ghanaian because you are born in a country where if you don't have a very good foundation or background, then the chances of you prospering, the chances of you becoming somebody great in the future is slim. Must it be this way? You watching me. If not, say be abrochire na waba, and I say wo sa what Ghana so see ya. Your own salary. If you are supposed to buy an egg and a tin of milk every day for your breakfast, okay, out of this your salary, just look at how much would be left with you. The industrializations that is going to give us jobs, the modernization that is going to create a very serene economy for other people to come and invest in, we don't like it. We want to hear the free education, free school uniform, free den. Look at how we're suffering as Ghanaians. What wrong have we done? Just like we being born in Ghana. And I'm sure you are home watching me. Think about it. To help all of us. Thank you very much.